Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. During an emotional argument with Steffy, Liam sobs in agony. Hope isn't sure about Carter, Brooke tries to get Ridge to get back together, Steffy breaks down, and the bold and the beautiful. Liam thanks Steffy for taking him in at the Cliff home. According to Steffy, she informed Finn that it's absurd that they haven't located an expert who can assist him. She is truly sad that he is experiencing this. Steffy wonders why he hasn't informed his loved ones of his prognosis. Liam desires their happiness. That's the reason he told Hope to return to Carter and didn't tell her. Hope and Carter weren't exactly a dream team, as Steffy notes. According to Liam, they were beneficial to one another. Then he flinches in agony. As he recovers, he claims to understand Hope's happiness. She would be enchanted by Carter. That glow has faded since they were apart. They ought to spend their time with the individuals who make them the happiest. Carter tells Hope not to give up on them at Brooke's residence. She claims that wasn't done by her. Carter begs for things to return to how they were prior to the takeover. Though she's not sure she can trust him, Hope wants to believe what he's saying. He passed them over in favor of Ridge and his family. Carter acknowledges that she felt deceived. Hope was deceived. Carter said he will make this right. He longs for her return because he detests being apart from her. I don't want to be apart from you for another second. Hope is told by Carter that he needs her. They argue, and Carter claims he doesn't want to discuss Forrester. She shrugs, "You let me go. Without her, his life isn't complete." She must reassure him that their future can be rebuilt. Hope enumerates the things she misses about him and argues that it's not that easy to choke up. She longs for the feelings he gives her. His affection is like sunshine. However, she is unable to go past the terrible events and embrace him. "You can," Carter urges, but Hope isn't sure she can trust him. She is aware of his good intentions, but they nonetheless left her feeling hurt and unconsidered. He believed he could keep her and her line safe. "Give me another chance," he says. Hope is unsure of how to be certain. Carter tells her that he will show that he is trustworthy if she takes the time she needs. Ridge asks for something. Brooke tells Ridge at Forrester that she still believes they have a future together. "Logan, we've been through this, right?" Ridge asks. She believes in them, but Brooke summarizes that he left with Taylor. Together, they are destined to be. She knows in her heart that he is aware of that. She is there for that reason. Ridge believed she was there because she enjoyed the company and said, "We're still devoted to each other." She is more in love with him. They concur that it has been difficult. He can't dodge the reality, Brooke warns him. "Simply open your heart, then. Return to me." Brooke is aware of Ridge's heart and its proper place. Ridge requests that the topic be changed and claims to be with Taylor. Brooke believes that she is approaching the truth too closely. "You cannot deny this, Ridge." She could see his continued devotion for her on stage. Now is the moment. She moved closer and asked Ridge to be honest with her, saying, "It's time to come home." Ridge is telling the truth. He still remembers what they discussed. He values her. "Taylor and I are together. She brings me joy. I wish to honor my promise. A man of my word is what I aspire to. You must thus assist me in keeping it." Brooke contends that Ridge wouldn't be experiencing these emotions if he was truly committed to Taylor. Ridge's commitment is the reason for his feelings. Brooke believes that his rush to her was an instinctive response. Will he truly allow this to control his life going forward? Brooke Ridge bed and breakfast. An uneasy discussion. At the Cliff home, Liam informs Steffy that his perspective on the world has changed. Hope was pleased with Carter. According to Steffy, it didn't last. They recount the events. Liam notes that despite their difficulties, she and Finn remain in love. Steffy believes that her marriage cannot be compared to that. "Love is the point," Liam says. Steffy respects his level of concern for Hope. "She deserves to know what's going on, though, because I know how much she cares about you too." That Liam, you're dying. Liam gripes that Hope will tell Beth if he tells her. Steffy claims that Kelly is unaware, while she and Finn are aware. If he could have, Liam would have also kept it from her. According to Steffy, Hope will want to be ready. Liam is furious because he isn't informing her right away. I think you should tell her now. He's working on his own terms. He curses, writhing in agony once more. Liam calms down and says he understands she's concerned for Hope as much as about him. He knows he's acting morally because of this. This is his final opportunity to repair the harm he has caused and restore harmony between them. Liam wants to mend the rift that he made between Steffy and Hope. The rivalry began because of him, and he failed to take adequate action to stop it. According to Steffy, they adored him and he loved them. Liam needs to know that the people he cares about will come together because he doesn't have much time left. You're my relatives, correct? He must arrange this when the time comes so that she and Hope can help one another. This is really hard, Liam, Steffy sobs, and he encourages her to reflect on their amazing past. He is really appreciative of her. Steffy finds it amazing that they have experienced so many adventures and highs and lows. However, one catches her attention. Liam smiles and says, I found you, as they flash back to meeting again on the beach after she sobs, when you disappeared and I thought I'd lost you. Hope, Beth, Kelly, and I won't let you go. We are unable to. She sobs as Liam cradles her in his arms. Liam wants Steffy and Hope to be at peace. Ridge rejects Brooke once more, and Carter vows to wait for Hope. As Liam confronted his own mortality, he persuaded Hope to pardon Carter, and Ridge lost his temper when he was harassed. Steffy informs Liam that they don't seem to be doing enough for him medically at the Cliff home. They have not been able to locate a professional who could assist him. He tells her that there is still much he can do and that he is not yet dead. He wants everyone to be happy, therefore he isn't telling anyone about his situation. He has so persuaded Hope to reconcile with Carter. He has a headache. He begins by saying, ow, before discussing how Hope's light has faded since she broke up with Carter. That didn't work, she reminds him. He believes that was brought on by outside difficulties. That does not imply that they are not in love. They are still capable of happiness. Happiness is the ultimate goal. His only goal is to make everyone happy. That and his genuine concern for Hope are admirable to Steffy. She is entitled to know that he is dying. He fears that Beth will learn if he tells Hope. If he could have, he would have hidden this from Steffy. According to Steffy, their child must be ready to lose him. He declines, demanding that this be done according to his wishes. He is aware of her concerns, but this is his last chance to make amends and repair the harm he caused to her and Hope. According to her, the competition has involved far more than just him. Liam talks about all of their significant memories and assures her that he must make things right. They have experienced many adventures, Steffy sniffles. The moment when he vanished and she believed she had lost him is the one that truly sticks out to her. Before sobbing, they have a slow-motion flashback to their reunion on the beach. Carter urges Hope to return to him at Brooks. They don't have to argue over business. All they have to do is concentrate on their love. After he gave the business back to the Forresters without speaking to her, she wants to believe him but is unsure if she can. He vows to make things right because he detests everything. Being without her is something he detests even more. Hope claims that he released her. That's what she told him would happen. He is unwilling to discuss that. He wants to talk to her about his love for her and how they can start over. Although she acknowledges that she misses him, it's not that easy. She misses his slow dancing in his kitchen, home cooking, and dumb jokes. She misses the way his love feels like sunshine. However, she is unable to ignore the terrible events that took place. You can, he replies. Despite her want to trust him again, she is unsure if she can. She is aware of his goodness. He maintains that if she gives him a chance, he can give her more. Hope has to be certain, but she's unsure of how to do so. Carter assures her that he will never let her down again and exhorts her to take as much time as she requires. Brooke assures Ridge at Forrester that they are destined to be together and that they will make it through this. She remains in the office because of this. They remain committed to one another. She was there, he assumed, because she enjoyed the company. She encourages him to open his heart and return to her since she loves him more. According to Ridge, he is with Taylor. He asks her to shift the topic because he doesn't want to offend her or Brooke. She tells him he still loves her and accuses him of lying to himself. As she strokes his fabric, she coos, "It's time for him to come home." He gives a shrug. She advises him to be truthful. He pushes her away and assures her that he hasn't forgotten anything and that she is vital to him. He wants to honor his vow to Taylor since she makes him happy and he is with her. She informs him that he wouldn't feel this way if he was truly dedicated to Taylor. The contrary is true, he claims. She is certain that this is simply a reflexive response. A triangle of conflict, compassion, and turmoil centers on Hope's surprise reconciliation, Bill's insane face-off, and Luna's boundary-breaking decision that might shatter everything. This is one of the bold and the beautiful's most complex and combustible arcs to date. The most surprising thing that Hope Logan, who has long been regarded as the moral core of the Forrester-Logan universe, has done in her recent life is to give an olive branch. Following months of emotional turmoil brought on by Liam's medical emergency and the stinging realization of the truth, Hope surprises everyone by approaching Steffy and Ridge to suggest a discreet, quiet ceasefire. She claims that the children are watching, not because she has forgotten the hurt or accepted the power plays. Moreover, Liam has no more time for conflicts. Although the truce is shaky, tentative, and more the result of fatigue than trust, it permeates Forrester creations like a subliminal storm. Ever cautious, Brooke is dubious. Tense and cautious, Steffy suspects a more complex plan. Ridge, meanwhile, sees something very different. Hope's fragility and her surrender are both signs of strength. As Hope stealthily leaves the room, head held high but shoulders heavy, he murmurs to himself, barely audible, "This is what leadership looks like." Both admiration and distrust are aroused by this action. Additionally, it's a move that causes an unexpected chain reaction. Yet there is no tranquility on the other side of town. Bill Spencer takes this personally after learning of the truce and, more significantly, being purposefully left out of it. Uninvited, his energy crackling with rage, he marches inside the Forrester home and slams the door behind him so hard that even Eric recoils. "That's it, then?" Bill snarls, staring at Ridge. "You act like an outsider as my baby is dying while you sit here playing peacekeeper?" Once more. Ridge makes an effort to soothe him, but Bill is uninterested in diplomacy or handshakes. He is fed up with seeing those close to Liam act as though they care while maintaining secrecy, making choices behind closed doors, and treating him more like an ornament than a father. With razor-sharp precision, he confronts Steffy, accusing her of influencing the story and giving Hope enough guilt to influence the conclusion. As soon as Brooke leaps to her daughter's rescue, the room is in conflict, with ancient grievances rising like ripped scars. But Ridge is the one who eventually puts an end to the commotion. He continues in a low but deadly voice, "This isn't about you, Bill. It has to do with Liam." The words hit home, and Bill, panting heavily, clenches his hands and rushes out without saying anything. "And if you want to be part of his world right now, you'd better stop acting like a bulldozer and start acting like a father." The family is once again split apart as a result of the face-off, and the truce is now in jeopardy. However, the harm has already been done to Hope. She senses the strain tightening again, around the tenuous tranquility she attempted to create like a noose. But worse, something she doesn't anticipate, is on the horizon. In the meantime, Luna is doing actions that could potentially reveal the darkest truths hidden beneath her kind exterior, as well as upend the foundation of her developing connections. Luna, who was formerly the bright-eyed newbie with a convoluted family tree, has gradually veered toward a darker storyline. She is torn between her love for RJ, her allegiance to Poppy, and her insatiable need to finally emerge from the shroud of concealment that has characterized her whole life. An apparently innocent lunch with RJ and Zend is the tipping point. Before Luna can stop herself, she reveals a half-truth about her paternity and the night she overheard Poppy on the phone with someone she named Dollar Bill. RJ quickly discovers that the conversation has become uncomfortable and then personal. Zen's eyebrows go up. Luna becomes alarmed. The boundary has been crossed. However, Luna doubles down rather than backing down. Later that night, she begs Zen not to divulge what he heard as she follows him to the workplace. She begs, "It's not what you think," but Zen, who is usually perceptive, is already piecing the puzzle together. RJ, who is observing from the shadows, perceives anxiety in addition to guilt. Under Luna's meticulously manicured exterior, something is obviously simmering, and he is resolved to find out what it is. By midweek, Luna is in a downward spiral. Poppy cautions her to keep quiet and to keep in mind the danger. However, Luna is unable to. The lies, the embarrassment, and the sense that every room she enters is teeming with secrets she is powerless to control are wearing her out. In a silent but emotionally charged confrontation that leaves both of them reeling, she confronts Bill at Il Giardino. "The night my mother referred to you as Dollar Bill, were you with her?" She asks directly, her voice trembling. Taken by surprise, Bill attempts to deflect, but Luna is unyielding. She says, "I need to know if you're my father." With their overwhelming vulnerability, the words linger in the air. Bill doesn't respond because he is afraid of the possibilities, not because he doesn't know. Since he is already failing one child, the idea of finding another one makes him extremely anxious. Luna leaves behind a ripple that will soon become a wave, but she leaves without finding a solution. Hope is working to keep the center together back at Forrester, to maintain harmony between Steffy and the board, between Brooke and Ridge, and between the mounting rumors of Luna's breakdown and the specter of Liam's illness. Despite being overextended, she is not going to give up. RJ, who is now torn between his affection for Luna and his doubts about her sincerity, finds herself consoling her. Hope murmurs, "Don't judge her by how she's unraveling." The line, "Judge her by how long she tried to hold it together," speaks to Hope as well as RJ. Because, behind a courageous smile and a lovely stance, she is also slowly and silently coming apart. She is losing the love of her life while attempting to make peace with her adversaries. She's making decisions for which there are no correct answers. Despite everything else collapsing, she is surviving on fumes, determination, and the conviction that dignity still exists. And just when you think the mayhem can't get any worse, it does. Forrester Creations receives an enigmatic envelope with the name Hope written on the front and no return address. There is a picture within. At a motel, Luna. A touch from a man on her back. Though hazy, it is clearly visible. The talk spreads like wildfire, and the consequences are instantaneous. Luna denies everything when Hope confronts her, but the harm has already been done. It breaks the border. There is a breach of trust. Suddenly, Hope's truce is breaking down. Bill is losing his mind. Luna is on a downward spiral. And once again, a whirlwind of half-truths, secrets, and emotional landmines ensnares the Logans and Forresters. However, perhaps that is the essence of serenity in the realm of the beautiful. It is a flimsy illusion rather than a destination. Additionally, maintaining harmony occasionally means losing yourself in the process. When Luna eventually came forward to make her proposal to Dr. John Finnegan, the tension in the Forrester offices had been building like a summer storm, full of hidden intentions, unsaid misgivings, and emotional residue from weeks of heartache. Her attempt to emerge from behind the Forrester name she had only recently been permitted to adopt and position herself as more than just Poppy's daughter or RJ's complex love interest was actually a desperate appeal disguised in confidence, rather than merely a novel proposal or new business idea. Finn had agreed to listen to Luna, but he thought that her eagerness was motivated by something other than business. Finn is renowned for his cool-headed and grounded manner, which makes him stand out in the hectic world of fashion, family conflicts, and romantic betrayals. As she presented her notion, which she maintained was not only current but also essential, the room was electric. It was a wellness meet-style project that would incorporate mental health awareness with Forrester's next fashion collection. Referencing her own difficulties negotiating identity and family secrets, Luna talked with passion and clarity while quietly acknowledging the emotional turmoil that had placed her at the center of scandal and the recent flurry of revelations concerning her possible paternity. It was bold. It was audacious. Luna was pleading for faith, not only as a young designer with novel concepts, but also as a woman who aspired to be important in the Forrester future rather than only remain on the periphery. As he pondered her comments, Finn listened carefully with his arms folded and his eyes impassive. Silence at first. Luna stumbled a little because she thought he was rejecting her. However, Finn got up, moved slowly in the direction of the window, and then, after a lengthy silence, spoke in a tone that was more emotional than she had anticipated. "Luna, I believe your suggestion is strong. It's intimate. It is necessary." She felt a wave of relief, but it was short-lived because Finn wasn't finished. "And to be honest, it's brave. However, you must realize that your timing will draw attention given everything that is going on right now, including Liam's illness and the tenuous truce between Hope and Steffy. People will question if you're attempting to alter the story or to avoid it." Luna tensed up, understanding that although her intentions were sincere, Finn was correct. Many people thought she was unpredictable because of her previous actions, including her hazy relationships with Zend, her emotional instability, and the possibility that Bill was her father. In addition to being an appeal to not be written off, this presentation was her attempt to recover the story. She straightened up. She whispered, "Let them talk. Allow them to ponder. I've come out of hiding. Not from who I am, and not from what I want to create." Finn looked directly into her eyes, and for a moment, Luna felt like she was being seen as a young woman attempting to leave her mark before being engulfed by the legacy she had entered, not as an outsider or as drama. At last, Finn stated, "Then we do it the right way. Don't take quick cuts. Complete openness. Additionally, even the painful portions of the story belong to you." As Luna and Finn navigated this emotional and professional foray, Liam was fighting a more subdued war of his own, one that was maybe more significant than any fashion launch or legacy pitch. Liam had spent the most of the last few days thinking back on the years of hostility between Hope and Steffy, the two women he has loved the most, as well as the reality of his diagnosis. He was confined primarily to bed as his physical condition continued to subtly deteriorate. Liam made a decision with the clarity that comes with time constraints and the weight of what he could soon have to leave behind. Knowing that the two women rearing his kids were still embroiled in a bitter battle of repressed emotions and accumulated fears made him not want to pass on. He desired a genuine peace that was based on respect for one another and that their children could witness and learn from, not the theatrical or truce for the cameras kind. Liam then requested to see them both in what would turn out to be one of the most intense scenes of the week. Hope was the first to arrive, as kind and vulnerable as ever, her suffering hidden beneath the surface, a lady attempting to be courageous yet already lamenting what hasn't been lost. Reluctant but present, Steffy followed, her walls up, her shoulders tight, her heart weary from too many past conflicts. Before he gestured for them to sit, they were standing on different sides of Liam's hospital room. He said in a calm but forceful voice, "I don't have much time left to say everything I need to. The most important thing, though, is that our children must see something different from us. They must understand that competitiveness need not accompany love. That forgiveness is choosing peace, not forgetting." Both women gazed at him, their chests hollowed out by the intensity of his plea. After a prolonged pause, Steffy reached for the other hand as Hope grabbed for his. With hazy eyes, Liam gazed at them both. "Please, let me finish this. Allow me to finish this battle." The ensuing quiet felt heavy with comprehension rather than discomfort. With tears in her eyes, Hope turned to Steffy and stated, simply, "I don't want to fight anymore." Steffy nodded slowly, her eyes welling up in the corners. "Neither do I." The solution wasn't immediate. One hospital room doesn't make years of suffering go away. However, it was just the start. It was sufficient. Through the tiny window outside the chamber, Finn stared, his heart breaking for Steffy, for all she'd suppressed, for the tranquility she didn't believe she deserved. Luna, who had no idea how much the topic now echoed the events just a few doors away, was sitting with her sketchbook across the corridor, revising the idea she had presented to Finn with a new focus: legacy through healing. Nothing in the realm of the beautiful is ever simple, yet for one infrequent, sincere moment, there was harmony. There was a reason. There was also hope. The sensation, not just the woman.